Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, Meta facing nearly $1 billion in penalties. Are changes coming to Facebook and Instagram, the Lifeguard Championships, and weekend mascot mania here at GMA.
Cyber attacks. The water systems compromised in New Jersey revealed after similar hacks hit water utilities in more than a dozen other states.
Airspace shut down over 9 states, forcing hundreds of flights to be grounded or diverted. Now the federal investigation after the system outage.
The Pentagon running low on missiles after more than 5 months of war with Iran. Senators from both parties concerned. President Trump dismisses the reports. But what did he say to his cabinet last week?
Growing concerns about the safety of our food supply, with thousands sick across the country from the stomach bug. And now, more restaurants pulling jalapenos linked to a salmonella outbreak.
In hot water.
Do we have a diver down there?
The lobster man charged with attempted murder, accused of cutting off the air supply to a teenager. He's speaking about the allegations against him this morning.
Fighting back against Flock. Vandals damaging or stealing surveillance cameras that capture license plates. This morning, the growing privacy concerns, as some police officers are accused of abusing the technology.
Dethroned. Why Miss North Carolina USA was stripped of her crown weeks before the Miss USA competition.
And take a look at this video. Vandals stealing or destroying surveillance cameras that capture license plates. You see it right there next to Aaron Katursky, who is standing by with the fight against the company Flock and the growing privacy concerns.
We're also tracking the latest on the incident seen here in this video. The man seen boarding that boat, well, he's charged with attempted murder, accused of cutting off the oxygen supply of a teenager who was diving at the time. Well, he spoke to us.
Crazy story right there. First,
now to the hacked water systems identified in New Jersey after similar cyber attacks hit water utilities in more than a dozen other states. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katursky has been tracking this story for us. Good morning, Aaron.
And good morning to you, Michael. New Jersey had come forward to say 2 municipal water systems in the state were hacked. Now we know which ones. The city of Cape May and the borough of Woodbine said their water systems were compromised last week, but with no impact on the flow or safety of public drinking water. The first sign came last Monday at 1:30 in the morning when the City of Cape May Water and Sewer Department received an alarm that communications were lost to a remote monitoring system. It took about 12 hours to determine this was a cyber attack and another 24 hours to resume normal operations. It occurred in peak summer when the population in the South Jersey beach haven swells tenfold, but officials insist the hack did not interfere with water quality or supply. Similar hacks have hit water utilities in more than a dozen other states. Iran remains the prime suspect, though it's unclear whether the goal is harm or fear. Either way, Rebecca, these cyber attacks have our attention.
Yes, they certainly do. Thank you, Aaron. We're going to go now to the major disruption in air travel. Flights grounded or diverted across 9 states after an outage at a major air traffic control facility shut down radar and air traffic control frequencies. The FAA is investigating, and Alex Perez is at Chicago O'Hare International Airport with the latest. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Rebecca. In all, that outage lasted about 2 hours and 6 minutes, but the impact was felt long after that as a huge portion of Midwest airspace was completely shut down.
This morning, the FAA investigating a system outage that shut down airspace over several states, disrupting hundreds of flights.
What's going on with the airspace?
Center is shut down, completely shut down.
Flights across 9 states grounded or forced to divert, including all planes heading into or departing from Minnesota.
Ground stop for all departures out of Minneapolis currently.
The outage occurring at a major facility in Minneapolis that handles air traffic across 330,000 square miles, impacting radars and control frequencies. This map, with that wide opening in the center, showing just how few flights were operating in that area during the outage.
And the impacted airspace is back open. The FAA says the exact cause of the outage remains under investigation. Michael?
All right, thank you so much for that, Alex. We're going to turn now to the deadly school shooting overnight. A scary situation in Thailand. Videos emerging this morning. Our foreign correspondent, Britt Clinton, is tracking the latest developments. Good morning, Britt.
Hey, Michael. Well, horrific scenes out of Thailand this morning. Children running for their lives as a student opens fire on their classmates and teachers. At least 7 people killed, including the 14-year-old suspected shooter. More than 30 people were injured, with 9 in a serious condition. Chilling videos circulating online showing students huddled together under their desks, terrified, reaching for each other as gunshots ring out. Thai police say the suspect killed his grandparents at home before going on this rampage at his school on the outskirts of Bangkok. Authorities saying he used a 9mm handgun belonging to his grandfather. The Prime Minister calling the attack well prepared. This, the second deadly school shooting in Thailand this year, is renewing calls for tighter gun control. George.
Okay, Britt, thanks very much. To turn now to the dangerous heat. Heat advisories have expanded in the Northeast and temperatures soar above 100 in the West. Ginger has the latest on that.
Those heat advisories are all about the humidity part of it. That's what makes it dangerous. And when you have it this hot and humid, it's very easy to spark a thunderstorm, which we will see potentially tonight from parts of New York City down to Washington, D.C. But just ask Forest Acres, South Carolina, close to Columbia there. They had numerous water rescues. Almost 3 inches of rain fell really fast. So today, you're in a level 2 out of 5 from Baltimore and Washington, D.C. through the northern part of Delaware, southwestern New Jersey, right up to New York City, into the Hudson Valley. That means that you could see damaging wind in excess of 60 miles per hour. These types of storms come through quick. It can be sunny right before, then trees and power lines come down. So please watch that. Then the heat, yes, and humidity, which we are seeing those heat advisories. Philadelphia could feel like 102, Boston up to Bangor, Maine, up into the 90s. Rebecca, we're going to stick with this through most of the weekend.
And it is sticky out there. All right, Ginger, thank you. We're going to go now to the reports that the U.S. is facing a critical shortage of missiles, with the Iran war now stretching into its 6th month. President Trump pushing back. Our senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is at the White House with more. Good morning, Rachel.
Rebecca, good morning to you. And there is growing concern from both Democrats and Republicans about the impact this war in Iran is having on the nation's dwindling supply of munitions. But this morning, the president is dismissing those concerns. With the Iran war now stretching into its 6th month, President Trump dismissing reports that the U.S. is running low on munitions.
We have certain types of munitions that are very powerful, that we have virtual unlimited supply. We have others where it's a little bit tighter, and we're getting them in on a daily basis.
But sources tell ABC News the president has voiced concerns when he met with his cabinet at Camp David last week. According to one estimate, the war has used up 2/3 of America's Patriot missiles and more than a half of its long-range missile interceptors. Sources tell ABC News the president backed away from his latest major threat against Iran, in part after his top advisors warned about the potential impact a major escalation would have on the interceptor stockpile. Iran mocking the president for repeatedly abandoning his threats. The regime's top negotiator calling it theater diplomacy on loop and a failed strategy. The president acknowledging he'd like more missiles.
With that being said, we always want more. We have to have more.
But each of those Patriot missiles are assembled nearly entirely by hand and take years to make, costing about $4 million each. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the U.S. has all it needs.
Our stockpiles are great, and they'll only get stronger.
But even some Republicans on the Hill expressing concern.
Well, the reports are concerning, and obviously that's why we need to do more to make sure that our military has the funding it needs.
And Democrats sounding the alarm, too.
The challenge is replacing them and transitioning towards less expensive, larger volume, easier to make munitions. We're not making that progress fast enough.
So the war has already cost about $37 billion. The Trump administration is asking for another $67 billion from Congress. And we talk about how much money it is to make those Patriot missiles, nearly $4 million each. Well, compare that to how much it takes to make an Iranian drone. That's about $35,000 each, George. So quite a difference.
Yeah, this asymmetry is something. And Rachel, Supreme Court rejected President Trump's attempts to restrict birthright citizenship. He's trying again.
Yeah, he is trying again. This is the president's second attempt now to try to restrict birthright citizenship, which is protected under the 14th Amendment. That first one was knocked down by the Supreme Court, as you mentioned. These next 2 orders now are aimed at limiting who is eligible for U.S. citizenship here in the U.S. and also aimed at trying to restrict people coming here to the United States solely for the reason of giving birth. Now, both of these, of course, are expected to face legal challenges, George.
Okay, Rachel, thanks very much. Now to a new report finding that Elon Musk and his team at DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, made vastly inflated savings claims that didn't stand up to scrutiny. Jay O'Brien is in Washington with the story. Good morning, Jay.
George, good morning to you. A new government report found that Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, vastly inflated how much money it claimed to save taxpayers in the early months of President Trump's second term. The review from the Government Accountability Office, a nonpartisan independent agency that produces reports for Congress, found that DOGE's claim, it was emblazoned on their website, that it saved $110 billion in taxpayer money, largely couldn't be verified, and said DOGE was not transparent about where that number came from. In one example, the GAO found that DOGE couldn't provide information for 96% of purported savings from canceled federal contracts. And the review also found that more than 2,500 of the contracts DOGE touted as having canceled were never truly terminated. But DOGE still upended the lives of federal workers. More than 300,000 were either fired or opted to leave across all corners of the federal government, George.
Yeah, so much disruption, so little savings. On another front, you have a new development in the confirmation fight for Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche.
That's right, George. Just this morning, Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski saying she will oppose Blanche's nomination, writing that the Trump administration has accelerated the weaponization of the Justice Department. She's now the second Republican senator to publicly come out against Blanche after Maine's Susan Collins. If both of them vote no, Blanche couldn't afford to lose any more Republicans. His fate is now in the hands of Louisiana's Bill Cassidy, who's indicated he's on the fence, too. Trump helped defeat Cassidy in a primary earlier this year. The Senate could start voting as soon as today. George.
G.L. Bryan. Thanks, Michael.
All right. Thank you, George. We're going to go down to the two food-borne illnesses sickening thousands of Americans across the country. Health officials still trying to pinpoint all of the possible sources. Larry, you're here with that.
Good morning, Michael. Several national restaurant chains use the jalapenos tied to that salmonella outbreak. People in several states getting sick as the spread of these foodborne illnesses is raising serious concerns about the safety of our food supply. This morning, a growing list of restaurants pulling jalapenos linked to salmonella from their menus. Salad chain Sweetgreen joining Chipotle and Qdoba, saying they proactively removed the possibly tainted peppers. FDA tracing the outbreak that has sickened 375 people across 27 states to jalapenos from Mexico, supplied by Coast Citrus Distributors, which sent the jalapenos to restaurants and food service companies nationwide, but not to grocery stores. Now, a Minnesota woman is suing Chipotle, claiming 3 days after she ate a burrito bowl, she lost consciousness and her temperature reached 102 degrees. She says she was diagnosed with sepsis from salmonella complications. Chipotle has not commented. The CDC says it requested additional funding in the federal budget for food safety and has a dedicated team now supporting the outbreak response, working closely with the FDA and state health departments. And there are some positive signs on cyclosporiasis. Cases in the epicenter of Michigan, they're leveling off, and health officials there say eating bagged lettuce is now safe with the contaminated products off the market, guys.
Yeah, okay, wash
Scary
it, pat
stuff.
it dry, but it is scary stuff. Lara, thank you. We're going to go now to one young man's incredible journey from working at a Wendy's to Yale, thanks in large part to the bosses who saw his potential. Sam, I love this story. Good morning.
It's a great story, Rebecca. Good morning. All right, continuing your education takes money, ambition, and planning, and sometimes achieving your goals takes even more. It takes people seeing you and believing in you.
This morning, Wendy's, investing in young talent and serving up the ultimate success story. Alice D'Souza worked at a Massachusetts restaurant while in high school to help make ends meet until graduation.
I thought if I go to construction, I can work hard, make money, and eventually go to college.
But his bosses had another idea.
I said, okay, you need to work hard, but if you stay with us at Wendy's, we will make sure you'll be able to go to college. So just work hard, and for every hour you work, we're going to put money aside for your college education.
D'Souza eventually earning enough money to pay for community college.
We saw a bright future in him, and so we wanted to help in any way we can.
And after thriving there, next stop, Yale.
I just couldn't control the emotions, right? And it was worth it. Every single night that I slept at 3 a.m. to do a homework, it was worth it every second.
The work that he's done, and he deserves everything.
This is his success story.
It changed my whole perspective about life and about what I could actually do because someone believed in me.
Friday inspiration. All right. D'Souza says he will major in political science with a minor in human rights. And eventually, he wants to be a lawyer and maybe even later a public servant.
That is awesome.
It's a great story.
Amazing.
He worked hard and they saw it, and that's the big part of it, too.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So good.
Thank you for bringing that to us, Sam. And
All right,
coming
Sam.
up, the Florida man charged with attempted murder, accused of cutting off a teenage diver's air supply during a battle over a lobster fishing spot.
Wow.
What are you saying about the allegations this morning?
Also ahead, the shakeup at Miss USA, why Miss North Carolina was stripped of her crown just weeks before the pageant.
And Aaron Kaczynski has the backlash over flock cameras. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, George, those cameras capture license plates. They help police solve crime, but critics say they invade privacy. And coming up, we'll show you how some critics are taking matters into their own hands.
Coming up, back to school savings for parents. The state's offering tax holidays. Some start this morning.
Every bit helps, plus details on Tom Holland and Zendaya's private wedding celebration.
And a big announcement exclusively on GMA. We're going to reveal this year's inductees into the Mascot Hall of Fame.
Hi, Ray. What's up, Ray?
Hey, we'll be right back. Welcome back to GMA. It's Friday. And take a look at our crew. I got to say, it's great working with all these hard-working folks every single day. Now, Ray is in there. He's not really helping, but he's here. But he's here for our Mascots Hall of Fame showdown later in the show. Ray, thank you.
He's
Bringing
got a
that ray of
bobblehead?
sunshine to us.
You disappointed Ray a little bit there.
I love Ray. Look at Ray making me happy. Hit those hips, Ray. Hit the hips. All right.
Okay, that is coming up. First new at 7:30. Authorities say more than 900 structures have been damaged or destroyed in the wildfires in the Spokane area. Still burning. There's concern dry brush and grasses could fuel the fires if the wind picks up. Senator Mitch McConnell is back home after nearly 2 months in the hospital in a rehab facility. He was hospitalized 2 months ago. At first, the staff wouldn't say why. Ultimately, they put out a statement saying McConnell suffered a fall, was briefly unconscious, and then later had pneumonia.
And states around the country are having tax-free holidays on school essentials. For Florida shoppers, their tax holiday is on. It runs through August 31st. Starting today, the savings kick in for Illinois, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas, and Virginia. And hitting one buzzer beater in a game is an absolute thrill, but two is on another level. Take a look at this. Aces versus Fever overnight. Vegas veteran Chelsea Gray, she drains a three-pointer, sending the game into overtime. And then the end of OT, Asia Wilson bats away Caitlin Clark's pass. And then wait for it, Gray calling game with another buzzer beater right there, making WNBA history. No player has ever delivered a game-tying buzzer beater to end regulation and a game winning a buzzer beater in OT.
That was something.
That was
well
exciting.
done. How do you like that, Ray?
And we're going to switch gears now to the Florida man charged with attempted murder after allegedly cutting off a teenage diver's air supply during a battle over lobster. Victor Kendo had a chance to speak with him. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. This all happened during lobster mini season, where recreational fishermen can catch lobsters before the commercial season starts. It's a very busy time on the water, and people can be territorial over their dive spots. Overnight, we spoke with the man accused of cutting off this diver's air supply. This is the moment of the confrontation.
We have a diver down there.
An apparent fight over a fishing spot during what's known as lobster mini season in South Florida. The man seen boarding that boat, 51-year-old Michael Simpson, is charged with attempted murder, accused of cutting off the oxygen supply of a teenager who was diving at the time.
This is a very serious matter that somebody would try and turn off someone's air tank while they're swimming, diving.
Do you regret any of the actions from that day?
Please allow both sides to come out.
51-year-old Michael Simpson leaving a Miami courthouse after posting bond.
That is the most immature freaking behavior ever.
It happened during the popular lobster mini season in South Florida last week. According to the affidavit, 18-year-old Hunter Coffer was diving using a floating air tank attached to a long hose called a Brownie third lung when another boat approached at a high rate of speed, circling the vessel several times. There was an argument over who was there first, and moments later, they say they saw Simpson swim over to the air supply unit and intentionally turn it off.
Hunter's down there.
The teen pulled to safety by his partner on the boat, who told police the boy was gasping for air. Overnight, Simpson speaking with GMA denying all allegations.
It's all lies. It's simple. It's been a devastating few days. It's absolutely untrue.
At any point, did you threaten to shut off the air supply?
100% no. No, that is 100% no.
His sons were on the boat with him. Simpson telling us they did not flee, but slowly drove to another dive location about 100 yards away.
To portray myself as this animal or murderer that would turn off air for no reason, no motivation, the explanation has been 100% lies, and it's been devastating.
Simpson is a lifelong boater. Recently, he was part of a Miami-Dade County Boating Safety Council. His attorney says the case is now in the hands of the state attorney's office. A court date has not been set. Guys.
Okay, Victor, thanks very much. Now to the growing backlash to flock cameras. The motion-activated surveillance cameras used to capture vehicle information. There are privacy concerns, and some police officers are accused of abusing the technology. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Tursch is back with that story. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, George. And this growing backlash is really about those privacy concerns over automated license plate readers. They capture the plates, they store the information, and we're seeing deactivations, canceled contracts, and vandalism. This morning, a new warning about vandals obstructing, damaging, or stealing cameras made by Flock Safety that can tell when a car crosses a certain intersection. Someone smeared a glue-like substance on this one in Edina, Minnesota. In nearby Plymouth, Minnesota, a camera was destroyed.
The camera was found just broken into pieces, sitting at the base of the pole that it was mounted to.
In North Carolina, police said these are the vandals who cut through a metal pole to steal a camera in Craven County. A law enforcement bulletin reviewed by ABC News is warning of a week-long protest later this month, encouraging people to disable the cameras and cover their license plates to fight back against what critics call an invasion of privacy. This guy posts videos of himself on social media covering cameras with tape and stickers. There are 120,000 Flock cameras deployed around the country to read license plates and store the data for police to search.
A lot of this is done for abductions, but also counterterrorism things matters as well. Put them on bridges, put them on highways, and you can find someone committing a crime.
Flock says that's exactly what they do.
We helped in over 1 million crimes last year, over 10,000 missing people.
But just this week, this former police officer in North Carolina was arrested for allegedly using Flock cameras more than 30 times to track her boyfriend's ex-wife.
At least twice, she accessed these cameras while she was off duty.
In Ohio, 2 officers resigning after they were accused of repeatedly searching the same license plates without a legitimate reason. And after this ad aired during the Super Bowl to promote a new feature to find lost dogs,
search party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs.
A different camera system, Ring, severed its partnership with Flock. Why are people so concerned with your technology?
I think the conversation is worth having, right? We believe in a future where public safety and privacy can coexist. The debate is real, but we shouldn't forget that safety is also a fundamental right.
Now, police departments really rely on these cameras to help them fight crime and find missing people. They're now increasing patrols around automated license plate readers to keep vandals away. Guys.
Yeah, you can see why there's concern, though, about privacy with it all. All right. Thank you, Aaron.
Now, with a beauty pageant shakeup, Miss North Carolina USA has been stripped of her title just weeks before the national pageant, and Lara has the details on what led to this. Lara, good morning.
Good morning to you, Rebecca. So the Miss USA organization says it made the difficult decision to end Miss North Carolina's reign after a thorough review of recently surfaced information.
This morning, a crown shakeup rocking the pageant world. Miss North Carolina USA, crowned just weeks ago, stripped of her title ahead of the Miss USA competition, with the organization citing conduct over an extended period of time. 27-year-old Brittany Boltonhouse, seen here on social media posts, was dethroned after what state contest organizers say was a thorough review of recently surfaced information. Miss USA saying in a statement it does not tolerate racism, homophobia, transphobia, nor language that strips any person of their dignity
whoever they are. Miss USA state and national organizers did not elaborate on what exactly the conduct was, stating only, "A title here isn't a trinket. It's a position of trust extended by an organization and accepted by a woman who agrees to carry a standard in public. When that standard is broken, the title cannot continue as though nothing happened."
My name is Brittany Alondra Bolton-House. I am your Miss North Carolina USA 2026.
Bolton-House recently sharing on Facebook one of the reasons she signed up for the pageant.
I wanted to look back in my life and be like, I absolutely tried.
While she has not commented publicly, the Miss USA organization says Bolton-House has taken ownership and apologized for her behavior. And ABC News has reached out to Bolton-House for comment. She has been replaced by Miss North Carolina runner-up Mila Hadley. Hadley will now compete at the 75th annual Miss USA pageant. That happens on August 27th.
We're going to talk about these lifeguards.
We are, George. We are. And look, it's really tempting to go to the Baywatch vision of lifeguards, but these are life-saving professionals. And when you think of lifeguards and beach, you think of Fort Lauderdale. They are hosting the 4-day National Lifeguard Championships. Nearly 1,200 lifeguards from across the country have been testing their speed, endurance, and teamwork. All are crucial even when they are lives are on the line. So just last week in Santa Cruz, California, we saw how a teen lifeguard named Ryder Williams saved a boy from this deadly rip current right there, and then all the water rushing over them both. His California State Parks team is there in Florida competing right now. Now today is the final day, and there are more than a dozen events, from beach sprints to team relays, open water swims. All that stuff is hard. Ginger, I've seen you do it on some of the stories that you went. Organizer Gil explains these are heroes sitting on your beaches, working every day, protecting and watching out for people, and it is true. Talk about heroes. One team we're pulling for is the Rehoboth Beach team that Beach Patrol that Ginger met just last year as part of our 50 States in 50 Weeks. And Rehoboth is currently, guys, in second place overall. Now, also competing, Hayden and Sasha, husband and wife lifeguards from California. Now, they took gold in the surf race event, and for the second year of the road, they took that gold. Here is Alex Bagwell. She's the Ocean Rescue Chief in Fort Lauderdale. She's coordinating the entire event, the biggest championship ever, and she's competing at the same time. So best of luck to everyone. I would like to work in, just because I think it's Friday and we should, that slow motion running down the beach in the red, tossing the hair.
I'll tell you. I have to say, those guys work so hard. I tested with some of their tests. There's being in shape, and then there's being in lifeguard shape.
Exactly
it is
right.
completely different.
Very important job.
Thank you to all of you.
Good luck to everybody out there.
Thank you, Sam. We'll be right back. Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking news. Stunning decision overnight in the Meta child safety case. Instagram and Facebook's parent company ordered to pay more than $500 million over mental health concerns for kids in one state. Now what it means for the whole country.
Taking helicopter parenting to new heights. The parents getting involved in their kids' job searches and even at work. How they can be helpful, but how far is too far?
So love me like you do.
Tying the knot.
I love you.
Tom Holland and Zendaya celebrating their wedding in a big way.
Just have to trust me. Come on. Fine.
What we know about it and the sweet way their families got involved.
Hut, hut, hike. It's time for GMA Game Day.
Touchdown!
It's a touchdown morning with the Tennessee Titans and their mascot, T-Rat.
T-Rat is showing you why he's a 13-time Pro Bowler.
Wait until you see T-Rex glow up as we count down to Super Bowl 61 and say,
Good morning, America!
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
And we hope your Friday is off to a good start. It sure is off to a good start down there in Tennessee. Ike Ajachi is there with the Tennessee Titans and T-Rat.
Making moves, and it is a mascot morning here at GMA. We are going to exclusively announce this year's inductees into the National Mascot Hall of Fame. There's Ray. They're hiding right behind him. It will all be revealed coming up.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I have no idea who that could be, but
We're going to turn now to Kellogg, saying it will remove artificial dyes from all of its cereals by the end of this year. And Rhiannon Alley has the details, and more companies are going this way. Rhiannon, good morning.
Absolutely. Good morning to you guys. Yeah, whether it's Apple Jacks or Fruit Loops, some of our favorite breakfast cereals are making a big change. Kellogg announcing it is removing artificial colors from its cereal by the end of this year. That is a year earlier than their initial goal. Now, the company had been facing mounting pressure to phase out the synthetic colors for years by consumers and under current Health Secretary RFK Jr. Kellogg says Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks will maintain that distinctive coloring by using fruit and vegetable-based juices instead. Now, the company also will take out an artificial preservative. It is known as BHT. It is commonly used as a preservative to extend shelf life from the cereals that still contain it. Now, some big box stores were taking a stand. They previously said they would stop selling cereals which contain artificial coloring, so there were some pressure there. But guys, many other countries, including Canada, already ban these artificial colors. So we should see here in the U.S. the cereal removed from store shelves and replaced by the end of this year.
And it's so I was talking to my daughter about this, and she said, "Mom, I'm eating my vegetables when I eat my cereal because they're using the vegetable coloring."
She's not wrong.
Yeah, she's kind of wrong. Thank you so much, Rhiannon. Coming up here in our GMA morning menu, the summer's hottest box office stars Tom Holland and Zendaya celebrating their wedding in a big way. We've got the details and who is there.
Also, are you running a small business or thinking about it? Cody Sanchez is here with a blueprint for how to turn it into a success.
plus Meryl Streep with a Devil Wears Prada announcement. That's ahead in pop news. And Sam and Lara are with Tori Johnson. Hey.
We're shopping already. Look, Sam, I want the yellow.
No, I'm buying the yellow.
I want the yellow.
Okay.
All right, we'll fight off camera. We're going to be with Tori because she has incredible deals and steals for home. Look at these placemats, everyone.
I know.
Lemons. I
She's
want
got
these.
everything from cookware to washable rugs. And of course, I'm buying all the lemons. You don't get them. I get them. All while supplies last. So this is going to go quick.
And it might break.
50% off. We'll be right back. What did you do?
We are back with our GMA cover story. The biggest stars at the box office right now celebrating their wedding in the sweetest way. They're so genuine. Lara, you have the story.
And I'm so in love with the love story here. So Tom Holland and Zendaya, we've been talking about their on-screen careers all summer, but it's their off-screen romance that fans really love. Tom confirmed in June that the couple had tied the knot. Now we're learning some new details about their massive celebration just earlier this week.
Please, you just have to trust me. Come on. Fine.
This morning, on the heels of their record-breaking box office success, two of Hollywood's biggest stars, Zendaya and Tom Holland, swinging from the big screen to the aisle.
Sorry about that.
People magazine reporting the couple held a wedding celebration in the UK this week after privately marrying earlier this year.
Who do you think is actually watching these?
Maybe someone.
Okay, well, bye, someone.
The stars of Spider-Man Brand New Day, which earned the biggest domestic opening weekend ever, celebrating their love with loved ones at the luxury Beaverbrook Hotel in Surrey on Tuesday, according to People.
Tom Holland's three brothers were there. We hear that they wore black tuxedos for the event and that it was a glorious celebration involving family and friends. What sources have told People is that the theme of the wedding was very natural. That means there was an English countryside theme with flowers, cottages, what have you.
The 470-acre estate near Holland's hometown advertises its romance and style that pays tribute to its glamorous past, with rooms named after Rose and Joe Kennedy and Elizabeth Taylor, who all reportedly stayed there. And in true Zendaya and Tom fashion, many of the celebration's details kept private. Still, fans were able to see some sweet moments of their romance amid their flurry of red carpet appearances this summer, bringing in nearly $2 billion at the box office with both Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey.
And apparently it happened like this week, guys, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. And according to the Times of London, the celebration was a 3-day event, and those in attendance include Zendaya's Dune co-star Timothée Chalamet, along with Kylie Jenner, Tom's fellow Avenger Robert Downey Jr. Apparently quite the party, and we just love this couple, so congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, young kids.
Yes.
All right, but congrats to them. We're so happy for them. And we're going to go now to the helicopter parents who hover over their kids' daily activities in and out of school. Well, some are now taking it a step further into the job market, reaching out to recruiters and bosses on their children's behalf. I already see the reactions.
Let me guess how that goes.
Yeah. It's a story we first saw in the Wall Street Journal. Don't incriminate yourself, Lara. Stephanie Ramos has more for us. Good morning.
Good morning. I definitely have some helicopter parenting tendencies, but this is a little extreme.
Yeah.
These parents may think they're helping their kids launch into adulthood, but the people we spoke with say the impact their interference is having may be doing more harm than good.
Yes.
Stephen Clark says he hired a 22-year-old to work, but after finishing a few days of safety training, he was a no-show. So Clark fired him. Then his phone rang.
Within 2 hours, his mother called me and proceeded to try to convince me to rehire him.
Despite Clark declining, Mom continued to email him for the next 6 weeks over a dozen times. It's a problem he says he's seeing more frequently.
Why didn't my son or daughter get a job offer? They're much more involved with their offspring's employment searches than they probably should be.
Lynn Alba runs hiring for Long Island Health System and says calls from parents are coming in several times a week.
When I get the phone call, it's, can I speak to the candidate? Most of the time, the candidate is not there.
A mom of 4, Alba says that while it's okay to coach your kids through their job hunt, there are limits.
You can help coach from the sideline, but you can't step on the field, right?
The anxiety for parents is understandable. Unemployment for recent college graduates hit 5.7% this year, higher than the national average, with more than 4 in 10 now working jobs that don't require a degree. Rick Wainshull, a dad of 4, says his youngest daughter was working at the front desk of a hotel and unsure of what she wanted to do next. So he decided to intervene by publishing a post on LinkedIn asking his professional network to help her.
When I did the LinkedIn post, it was really in an effort to give her a chance to talk to people that I know who are willing to step up and have that kind of career conversation with her.
But he cautiously suggests there are limits to what he's willing to do.
The thought of sitting in on a job interview or, calling in sick for her or anything. No.
Recruiters say parents can absolutely help their kids prepare, review a resume, do a mock interview around the kitchen table. But when it comes to reaching out to an employer, let your child make that call. And the dad that we spoke with says it was his daughter's talent and hard work that landed her the job. He says she didn't really need his assistance. So I get it. You want to help as much as you can, but
it's the opposite
calling
of
the
help,
employer
ultimately.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, my mom called Disney, ABC.
She got you here, right?
She got me a job. I don't know.
So it works for some, apparently.
It works for some, that's right. All right, right now we're going to go to somebody who needed no help. George, what you got?
And I'm here with Cody Sanchez. She has run more than 30 companies, helped over 5,000 business owners, spent 15 years learning how to build wealth. Now she's here with her new book, Own or Be Owned, How to Buy Back Your Freedom from the Business You Built. Welcome, good to see you. So you run 30 companies. Did a parent ever call you for a kid's interview?
No, that one I haven't had yet. I'll wait.
Tell us about your book.
Well, this is really for 2 types of people. One is probably those kids that maybe can't get the job they want to today, and they feel like they want to be an owner. They don't want to be stuck inside of a system that doesn't serve them. And then also for the owner that built a business and all of a sudden realized they have a job that doesn't pay very well and a terrible boss.
So let's break it down. Someone wants to start a business. What are the steps?
Well, step number 1 is you've got to understand the economics of business. We call this the 12 Ps. There are things like understanding the profits, the pricing, the processes to run a business. That never really gets taught in school. You get taught how to work in big companies. And so I think you've got to learn the steps to do it. And then you've got to do the hardest of things, which is take a risk. And this generation, that's harder for them.
So quit your job before you've set up the company?
I never recommend that. Use that salary all day long to fund your next, you could be your first investor. faster. Only 0.05% of companies ever get any investment dollars. So your operating capital is your money. You're not going to get it from somebody else likely.
The biggest challenge for so many people looking to get a job now or start a business is AI.
Yeah.
Pros and cons.
Okay, my contrarian take, you'd be better off responding to your customers faster than worrying about AI. Like the average small business takes 8 to 10 hours to respond to somebody. Just answer the email and text message. Don't overly worry about AI, especially if you're older. Like that's not something you have to dive into today to win at all.
What kinds of feedback have you been getting from all the people that have been following you?
A lot of, why didn't they teach us that you don't have to be miserable to run a business? We've all heard it, oh, I'm the business owner. It's the worst thing ever. I have no vacations or time off. And I think we have like group PTSD as owners and we're trauma bonding over it. And so a lot of owners are like, yeah, you're right. For the first time ever, we don't all have to be miserable inside our heads as owners.
But as you said, you have to be ready to take a risk. How do you get people to be comfortable with the idea of taking a risk?
You remember that you can't spell rich without risk.
Okay, we're going to have to end it right there. Cody, thanks very much. Owner Beyond will be available wherever books are sold on September 18th. You can pre-order it on our website.
We're super excited about this. It's time for Deals and Steals. And this morning, Tori Johnson is here with helpful items for your home. And they're also super pretty.
Yeah, and they're great deals. Some of them just at $4. And this is the day you've got to shop against Lara and I, so you better already start.
Okay, and you're gonna give some design tips too,
Yeah,
like you've already been doing.
Okay. Now. Get rid of your
cookware.
stuff that's not healthy.
These are really fabulous. These are made in the same mills and factories that serve a lot of the Michelin-starred restaurants. So this is like what the chefs look for. Sam, the one that you're touching right there, that's their ceramic clad assortment, a 3-piece set, and that's the one where you're really leveling up your non-stick without having to worry about chemicals leaching into your food.
Nothing coming off.
There's no plastic.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then this one,
this is ceramic.
stainless
It's great.
steel.
Okay.
And it's
better
like
than
it's
this?
I like it better.
This
Okay.
is stainless steel that's great for searing. When you want to get that perfect sear on
You're
your
going to use
protein,
a lot of oil there.
You're
Okay, so I'm going to go with ceramic.
So both of them are fabulous. And when you have both in your kitchen, you kind of cover all your specific needs. Michael was hiring that press right there that goes over
I just bought one. I didn't know you were doing these today.
Out all of this from Made in Cookware is
nice and heavy.
Nice and heavy.
It's really nice.
You need it heavy to
quality
get the
is
good
phenomenal.
smash burger.
I think I'll let you two take over on this from Design Imports.
Okay, I just want to say,
more?
yes, I love the lemon beaded placemat. I think they're fantastic. I'm obsessed with these. These are so in right now, and the whole idea is you can get the same color, but the trend is to do the varying colors around a table.
And look at the color
Super
wave.
happy. You can do blues, you can do yellows and greens. I am a fan. Please, everybody, don't buy this set because leave some for me.
And Sam was saying he likes a solid color. You're saying
you
no,
want to
you
blend
like
the colors. I'm
like
going to do
that.
only one color.
We've got tablecloths, runners. What's great I love about the lemons too is like that could be a centerpiece on the table, or that could be a charger or a placemat. Exactly. So many different uses.
Go rogue. Look at the lavender and the blues here. This
Sam,
is like so great.
Design tips
I know, I
for
can't
free.
stop.
The rest of it is 50% off.
I love it. I love it. Save some for us.
Okay, make every day a banner day. These are really, really fun from Honey Prints. Look at this. So they're very easy to hang. They come with a magic putty. And this is like all designed to be able to help people decorate and have fun and create memories and photographic moments without having to like create the banners yourself. They all come with this little bit of their magic putty, so you don't have to use nails. There's no damage to the wall. These can hang anywhere, and it's the kind of thing that like makes people smile. And then you look back at the photos, and you're like, I loved that moment. We've got more than 24 options online, and they're all half price.
Nicely done.
This is going in home where the wild ones play.
There you go. Perfect for Sam. Okay.
Dog lover alert.
Dog lovers. So this is called We Love Doodles, but the reality is it's for all breeds. Oftentimes, professional grooming, professional grooming is really expensive. And so a lot of pet owners look for options that they can do in between professional appointments, because if you don't take care of tangles and knots, they can turn into really uncomfortable mess.
You don't want
you
that.
have to cut it. Yeah.
Oh, look, the dog aficionado here is giving us some advice too.
He's Uncle Sam to Reva and Betty.
There you go. go.
There you go.
Okay, good. Well, I want to see the video that you post of him washing Riva and Betty.
Oh, yeah, we
get
have
him
that.
over there. Do a little
Remember
cleaning.
that day?
With the garden hose? Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All half price. This is really great grooming, you guys.
All right. Everybody got wet. Okay,
yeah.
next.
This is my magic carpet, and what I love about this is you can add like a pop of decor, but also be able to protect your floors because inside is a mess.
The holiday vibe is amazing.
So much fun. People are starting their Halloween
really
planning and
into
their
this
fall
one.
planning.
Me too.
Isn't it great?
I love.
There's a magic liner inside of here that prevents, so if you spill, it's not going to then soak through to ruin your floor.
Great.
You can also put them in the washer and dryer. We've got so many options.
I also
and they're
really
all
like the
half price.
faded, like
This looks
Persian
expensive.
rug.
Yeah, exactly.
And those are great. I have one in my kitchen under the sink, and it is to protect the floor.
And plus it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
the colors
really
are great
pretty.
here.
I mean, finally, we got some earbuds.
So this is hearing aids that look just like earbuds that you can use for.
They tricked even me.
Exactly, because they're so unbelievably discreet. So whether you are trying to help somebody get over perhaps the intimidation of trying it out, or they need a first pair to see is this going to work for them, these are really fabulous for clear, powerful audio. It just helps somebody to feel better about themselves, and they're 50% off plus.
I love that. Free shipping, free shipping, free
So
shipping.
great.
So guys, we want to say thank you to the companies that have offered these great deals, and you can get them at gmadeals.com. The QR code is also right there. Do it that way and enjoy them.
Look, I'm Aladdin. I can show you a world. Coming up, wait a minute, where are we? One of our viewers had the absolute sweetest reaction to seeing herself in a segment we did earlier this week. We can't wait to share what she said about her special connection to GMA.
Damn, you're flying now.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
What'll it be, kids?
Cherry soda, please.
Danny. Oh, I'm not very hungry. Just give me a double Polo burger with everything and cherry soda with chocolate ice cream, okay?
Ooh, that sounds good. All the same.
Same. You can eat a lot, can't you?
Yeah, you look funny.
We love that classic diner scene from Grease. And next week, we're dishing up a brand new series called Order Up, Diners Across America, where a very hungry Becky Worley will be going the ultimate 5-day diner road trip to find the best grub from greasy spoons all across the country. So will she pop up at a diner in your hometown? Well, you got to tune in next week to find out.
What a great assignment.
Yeah. Great assignment, but after 5 days of diner, I don't know. We'll see how that
Well, then
goes
she'll do
sometime.
one of her fitness segments and it'll all come together.
Exactly.
Fitness segment coming.
Let's get this on pop news.
Yeah, let's
Larry,
do it.
what you
Let's
got?
do it. Good morning, everybody. So we're going to begin with a throwback to the 80s. The Shards premiered earlier this week on FX and Hulu, and it has us all in an 80s kind of state of mind. And you know what that means? Big hair, of course, and lots of it.
Yes.
Fans are doing a double take, however, with one of the Shard stars, Kaya Gerber. She plays Susan Reynolds, pointing out she is such a dead ringer for her mom, Cindy Crawford, especially with her perfectly teased hair. Look at that.
Look at that.
Crazy. The side part, the curls. Kaya revealing to Yahoo she talked to her mom about the look, saying, "Mom, there's no way you were doing your hair like this before school each day." Cindy confirmed, "No, I did, Kaya." In fact, she said she woke up at 4 a.m. to put her curlers in. Cindy also tells Kaya that she styled her hair even before swim practice, and that was before first period. I can relate, Cindy. I did the same thing. Now that's commitment, right? And you can see even more perfect hair in the Shards. The first 2 episodes are streaming on FX, Hulu, and Hulu on Disney Plus right now. It is such a fun 80s
really
throwback,
good.
and it's a really good show.
But she looks like Cindy.
Wow.
Hey, that's not a bad parent.
It's not a bad thing.
Wow. Hey, also this morning we got From Big Hair to Big Buzz for Nicolas Cage and his portrayal of legendary football coach and commentator John Madden. Oscar nominee David O. Russell directs the film, and our own Michael Strahan is an executive producer on the project. Michael, I love John Madden. I'm so glad you're doing this. What a larger-than-life character on and off the field. First as a coach who led the Oakland Raiders to their first Super Bowl victory, then 3 decades as a broadcast color commentator. My dad just loved him. Russell is the brilliant filmmaker, of course, behind Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, among others. He says this one is about joy, humanity, and the genius that was John Madden in the wildly inventive, cool world of the 70s. Other stars set to appear include Christian Bale, Kathryn Hahn, John Mulaney, and Sienna Miller. Quite a cast there, Michael. Well done, my friend.
Great cast.
Madden
Great
begins
movie.
streaming on Prime Video, November 18th. Tell us, was it a great experience to do?
It was great. I just saw the final cut last week, and it's fantastic.
Two thumbs up?
It's 2 thumbs up.
All right.
Everybody's fantastic.
Can't wait. I like Nicolas Cage as John Madden, and you wouldn't think
and
it,
Christian
but
Bale is Al Davis.
I mean, so good. All right, well, we're in, Michael. Congrats.
Good to know.
Also this morning, Meryl Streep teaming up with Christie's to auction off several costumes used in The Devil Wears Prada and the sequel. Yes, the pieces include Miranda's tassel jacket. Sam,
okay, that
loved
was cool. Loved
the feather dress worn by Lady Gaga. That's a good option.
Yeah.
The cerulean sweater worn by Andy Sachs in that first iconic day of work in the original movie that inspired Meryl's cutting speech on the shade of blue. You can go look at all the lots. They're being previewed for free at Christie's Auction House here in New York in September. That's a fun little date night or date day. The auction takes place fittingly during Fashion Week. All proceeds go to the Committee to Protect Journalists and the Council of Fashion Designers of America. If you want to get caught up in the iconic fashion, you can also stream The Devil Wears Prada and The Devil Wears Prada 2 on Disney+.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, really good idea, right?
Good cause for charity.
Very good cause. As Meryl said, bid big. And finally this morning, you may recall earlier this week, Lori B. did a segment on the viral trend of upgrading your typical boxed cake mix. One of the videos featured in her segment was from a content creator trying out the trend. Her name was Miriam Hossein, and it turns out that she is a GMA super fan.
Oh, fantastic.
In fact, after the segment, she posted on Instagram how excited she was to see herself on her favorite show. Look at this.
Every morning I had a routine that I would make breakfast and I would put GMA on and I would just watch it. It was just a few clips of my video, and to see myself on it was pretty surreal. This thing that I used to watch every single morning as a means to cope with my postpartum depression. And I got so many messages from people saying, "Oh my God, I just saw you on GMA." Never, ever did I even manifest that one day I'd be on. But now you know what I'm manifesting? That one day it'll be a feature on me.
And you got it manifested. And you did it. Here we are talking about you. Thank you so much for being part of our GMA family. Keep up the great work that you do. Your content's awesome.
I can't wait for the next video.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking she should come here and bring some of that cake.
Exactly.
I don't think we've seen the last of her.
Nope.
Thank you, Lara. We're going to go to GMA Game Day now. We're visiting every NFL team in the country as we count down to Super Bowl 61 right here on ABC. Ike and Josh, he's in Nashville at Tennessee Titans Nissan Stadium. Good morning, Ike.
Hey, good morning, George. You said it. We are live in Nissan Stadium, home of the Tennessee Titans, where their beloved mascot, T-Rack, just got a head-to-toe glow-up. Brand new look, same energy, and the Rack Pack here, they got that first reveal, and we were right there for it.
T-Rack is showing you why he's a 13-time Pro Bowler.
Mischievous and energetic, he's the Tennessee Titans raccoon mascot.
Your Tennessee Titans, make some noise for T-Rack.
Since 1999, T-Rack has reigned supreme in Music City.
A raccoon is the state wild animal of Tennessee, so felt really appropriate for us to use that as our representative to a lot of the folks in this community.
Widely beloved for the last 27 years, but especially the young members of the Rack Pack, the NFL team's official kids club, who along with GMA is getting the first look at T-Rack's glow-up.
The Tennessee Titans revealed a new brand, and that included a refreshed logo, new uniforms for the team. So it naturally made sense to make sure that happened for T-Rack as well.
We also got a behind-the-scenes look at T-Rack's locker room.
Let's see where T-Rack gets game day ready. And what do we got back here?
So T-Rack has a lot of different looks. As you can see, we had to make sure that we had something appropriate for every version of game day.
I like this one.
Oh, that looks great on you. T-Rack, why don't you go show how you style it? You know, I think that
What do you do with this, T-Rack? Ah. I think it looks a lot better on you than me. Guys, welcome to T-Rack, the new and improved mascot for the Tennessee Titans. And let's give it up for this amazing crowd here. There he is, there he is. Now guys, listen, T-Rack, he's not the only thing that got a glow up here. He has his own merch line. Look at this new, authentic, retro look. It's phenomenal. It's available now, and I didn't want you guys in the studio to wait, so we express shipped all of this.
Thank you.
Right there for you to enjoy. That's right, I come bearing gifts. Now, I also want to introduce you to someone else here, Chloe Holiday. What's going on, Chloe?
Hi, how are you?
I'm loving life. Listen, she's breaking barriers as the NFL's only majorette, and she has a massive following on social media. Over 1 million followers.
Yes.
You're making moves here.
Yes.
So I gotta ask you, what are you bringing to this amazing Titans energy?
You know, I'm just so thankful to be a part of something so much bigger than myself. As you can see, we have a lot of energy going on this morning. And I'm just so thankful to be a part of this amazing organization in this upcoming year with all the new rebranding, and we got a lot coming up this year.
Ooh, a lot coming up that's pretty lovely. Now I gotta say, you and the Martian Man here, you got a little something for us, don't you?
We're ready.
Take it away. Much fun here in Tennessee, guys. Back to you.
Let's go, Titans.
That'll get you to go to a game right there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, Ike.
much, Ike. We're going to talk about college financial planning. As about 15.5 million undergraduate students prepare to enter or return to college in the weeks to come. This morning, we are breaking down practical ways families can manage the costs. This segment is sponsored by Sally, and their spokesperson, Carrie Palmer, is here with tips for making planning and paying for college a lot easier. Thank you for doing this. It is a stressful conversation. We're going to try to take some of that stress away. So as families start to think about setting themselves up, how can we help set them up for success?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here today, Laura. It's a real pleasure. And it is a really stressful time. I am in the thick of it right now we are 2 weeks away from taking my youngest for her freshman year of college.
Congratulations.
And it's really exciting and overwhelming at the same time. And it makes sense, right? Planning and preparing for college is often one of the biggest decisions that families have to make. And at Sally, we are here every step of the way to support you with tools and resources.
So some of the ways that you can set ourselves up for success would include?
Yeah, well, so we recommend that first you start with the math. It's really, really easy to just think about tuition, but the aha moment for our family was to realize that actually cost is more than that. You've got to think about books and fees and your room and your housing and make sure you really understand the total cost so that you can, make sure you're set up for success.
And is there something that we should do first?
Yeah, at Sally, we like to think about 3 steps. First, what you want to do is make sure that you are getting all of the free money out there. Mm-hmm. There are so many scholarships that go unclaimed every year. So taking a little bit of time to fill out the scholarship forms really can pay you back. We advise you to apply early, apply often, and keep on coming back. Many of them do support you for your subsequent years.
And as you just said, there are a lot of resources out there that many families may not know about that really can take that cost down. Can you break down some of those resources?
Yeah. So get your scholarships. Secondly, make sure you fill out your FAFSA form. That is the free application for federal student aid. That can unlock a whole host of dollars for you.
And anybody can fill that out.
Anybody can fill that out.
So that's great to know about.
And then finally, if you do have to take out a loan, make sure you understand all of the pros and cons of that. Go in with your eyes wide open. Don't borrow a nickel more than you need.
Okay.
And really understand both the interest rate and any fees associated with that loan.
Great advice. And then sorting through all of these options is very overwhelming. What would you say to keep in mind while we're doing this to help us not get overwhelmed?
Yeah. Well, so I think the best thing to remember is you're not alone. Lots of people have done this before you.
Yep.
And reach out to all of your resources. That could be your school counselor, it could be financial aid offices, your network, or importantly, go to Sally, where we have lots of resources for everything from researching schools, applying for scholarships, and even applying for additional financial aid.
You guys have a lot of information that's super helpful. Really appreciate that. This is going to be a big help to a lot of families out there.
That's great.
As we all pack up to go. I can't believe it's that time.
It's a big time.
Good luck to your daughter and to you, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
And coming up, this year's Mascot Hall of Fame. Talk about a little tonal change. Wow, buckle up. Yes, there they are in shadow. Can you guess who's getting inducted? Sam and I will break it down coming up on GMA. Wow. Ray is out of control.
Drum roll.
Wow.
When you hear Hall of Fame, you think big. The Baseball Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And this morning, we're exclusively announcing the 2026 inductees into the National Mascot Hall of Fame. That's right. There are 11 sports mascots up for the honor this year.
So much yellow fur flying.
So much fur flying. People from more than 100 countries across 6 continents. And yes, we included Antarctica, casted their votes.
It's amazing.
So let's introduce you to all of our nominees.
Roll them.
They're the highest energy, the most acrobatic, and the most beloved characters behind these great teams. And they're competing for the ultimate mascot honor, a coveted spot in the Mascot Hall of Fame. 11 nominees seeking to be a part of the 2026 class. And here they are, known for his comedic antics, Split of the Savannah Bananas. Hammers down for Purdue University's Purdue Pete. Will it be the heart of the University of South Carolina's Gamecock Nation, Cocky? Or the belle of the ball game, Mets First Lady, Mrs. Met?
And the pajama-wearing parrot.
How about the Pittsburgh Pirates' very own Pirate Parrot? Will the class hook 'em with Bevo, the Texas Longhorn? Perhaps it's Brigham Young's high-flying Cosmo the Cougar who will earn a spot. Hear that? It's Georgia Tech's Buzz, the Yellow Jacket. Maybe the pride of Bronco country, Miles of the Denver Broncos. Could it be a golden entry for the University of Minnesota's Goldie Gopher? Or will the Vancouver's Canucks, Finn the Orca, complete this killer list? Only 5 can be chosen, and the world has spoken.
All right, our mascot Ray is here to help, and we are ready to do this. So right now, we will exclusively reveal the 2026 National Mascot Hall of Fame inductees. First up, one of college sports' most recognizable mascots, a multiple-time mascot national champion. Everybody, give it up for Cocky from the University of South Carolina.
Do that thing.
Yes, Cocky. Congratulations, Cocky.
That's amazing! Congratulations to you! All right, our next inductee hails from the Mile High City. That's right, and he's riding high this morning. It's Miles from the Denver Broncos. Congratulations!
Miles!
Do it!
Yeah! Yes!
Do that thing, Miles!
Wow, that was something.
That was a lot.
Wow.
All right.
Next up, one of the longest running mascots in college sports. He's been entertaining crowds at the University of Minnesota since 1952. Welcome and congrats to Goldie Gopher.
Hey, that's so great.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, wow. Oh, don't.
Goldie.
The head
How
spin.
do you do that thing? All right, the next mascot's making history. She's the first female mascot, yes, ever inducted into the Hall of Fame. She hails from right here in New York City. Please give it up for Mrs. Met. Congratulations.
Love it. Love it. Pioneer. We love the female mascots. Wait, finally, his acrobatics and halftime routines routinely go viral. Everybody, it's Cosmo from Brigham Young University. Oh, wow.
Go, Cosmo.
Yeah, what?
Oh,
what?
Hey.
Yes. Cosmo.
You rock, Cosmo. You rock.
Wow.
Our very own Ray may someday be able, I mean, we got to be here 10 years.
Yep.
Look, they'll get a very important ring like this.
Someday
That's
you'll
gorgeous.
get that. Congratulations, everybody. How do y'all feel?
I know you can't talk, but you can show us in your very special way how good it feels to be inducted in the mascot.
Come
Hall of
on,
Fame.
we have a special guest, Mrs. Met.
Oh.
Your Mr. Met is here. He's so proud of you. All right, we'll be right back, everybody. It's wild around here.
Have a great weekend, everyone.